Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
Well, a steady rain has been falling here, but it has not dampened the spirits of the hardy folks at Huntington Bank Field here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Miami defense, and they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Sanders to throw. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman. 7 yards there and a first down. The Browns at 500 and 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. Hey, Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward. And
the Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Setting up a screen for Jenkins. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Fielded just inside the 30. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 30-yard line.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one thrown underneath to Achane. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
2nd down and 3. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. You look at this Browns defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. So nothing doing there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10. Waddle, the motion man right. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut out field. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now Tua. And that will be incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Oh, and Sanders pushed it to the right. No good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Good.
Looking to pass. Tua. Now he's got it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the Browns' 2-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard.
All right, fellas, listen up.
Now Tua going to try and sneak it. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point.
And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
Makes the score Dolphins 7, Browns nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Their own 26-yard line.
Okay, break.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
To throw now, here's Sanders. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Out of the gun here, Sanders. That's to his running back, Quinshawn Jenkins. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Ready, set.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go. Here's Sanders. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he is going to be out of bounds, a couple of yards short of the marker. And they will fail to convert here on 4th down. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe some explanations.
Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
He still holds your breath a little when Tua gets out of the pocket, but there he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
Second and 10.
Ready, team. Ready.
Achane gets it from the gun. And a short game down to about the 33. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He doesn't see many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, he doesn't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Ready? Prep, under 10.
To throw is Sanders. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
At the 20-yard line.
Ready.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. 2nd down and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. This is caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Turbo 3. Ready. 20 TX. Ready.
Madison will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Well, no, but let me finish. You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
79-65. Ready.
Here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And that will come the offense as they take over.
They're on 37-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They set up the screen. Achane has it. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
That's defense. You're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. On the ground, it's Judkins to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now 2nd and 5. To throw is Watson. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Flacco looking for his first toss. That is caught. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Half the 60. Half the 60.
To pass, Flacco. This will be caught. Judy. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Cowboy 80.
Now Flacco. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Dolphins Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that goes to the goal line. If you throw an interception, it's going to hurt on any down. But really the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. In motion is Westbrook-Ikhine. The third quarter begins with a run by Achane. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Tua going to throw. He'll dump this off to Achane. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. And keeps him out of where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Oh, it's a wobbler here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the gun, it's Shador. On the throw, letting too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll try and run here with Jenkins. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
On play action, here's Shedeur. Pass caught. He's got Tillman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
As my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Play action. It's Sanders. Pass caught by Fannin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
That's good for another Cleveland Browns.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Cougar 19.
A toss to Judkins, running right. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Once again, Judkins. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success with the air.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
70. Nineteen tight. Ready.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Out route to Hill, complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
3rd down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this out past the 25. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Tagovailoa. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. In motion is Westbrook-Ikhine. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. Down the right sideline. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Okay, break.
The Browns drive about to get started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
The Browns on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
79 Broncos.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Up the middle, Achane. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Let's go. 44. Ready.
Achane here, they stay on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down.
Ready.
Ready, team.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule. If someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Ready.
They give up the middle. Jenkins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Ready?
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Ready. 18, go.
Here's Sanders. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 19.
Now Sanders. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll go. Here's Sanders. And it's incomplete. They cannot